Hey friend, this is Jennifer, and this is the Jennifer Allwood Show, the podcast for women who want to learn how to live an intentional life or build their creative business. I'll be giving you my very best business tips, bringing you interesting guests, giving you a daily dose of Jesus, and I'm committed to always keeping it real. Grab a cup of coffee and let's dive in. I'm so honored that you're here. Hey friend, my Creators Roadmap course is open. So listen, we only have the course open once a year. We haven't been open since April of last year, and we will be closing the doors again at midnight CST on Valentine's Day this year. So go to creatorsroadmap.com right now if you want to join us. So Creators Roadmap is my 6-week-long flagship course where I teach people how to make money in the online space. I teach you how to put ads on your blog, how to do affiliate income, how to start a membership group, do consulting. There are so many instructional videos, tons of handouts, lots of templates where you just literally slip in words and you can send an email to companies that you would like to be sponsored by. So it is such a great package for any entrepreneur who's wanting to get started in the online space. And again, you can sign up at www.creatorsroadmap.com until midnight on Valentine's Day. And I just have to also add, my team hates it when I say www because it's really obvious then that I'm in my late 40s. And yet here we are. I'll see you on the inside, my friends. Hey, my friends, welcome back to the podcast. I'm always so excited to get to chat with you. And this is the second time this week. Hey, just can't get away from me. You can't get away from me. Hey, I have something fun I want to talk to you about today, which is literally 3 ways that you could be making more money in your business right now, but working less. Like, I want to talk to you about the idea of making something once and selling it multiple times. The problem that I see a lot of entrepreneurs run into, the problem, especially if you have a service-based business, is that you're doing one-offs. So let me use myself as an example. When I owned my decorative painting company in Kansas City, I would go work in one person's house, finish that job, get paid, then have to find another person, go work in their house, finish that job, then get paid, then have to find another person and go work in their house. And while that way of running my business worked for a while, it's really hard to scale that. And it's really hard to gain the momentum that I wanted to have in our life and in our finances doing things that way. And so there's 3 ways that I want to talk to you about, 3 things that you could be implementing like ASAP. If you were interested in doing what other people refer to as the one-to-many model. So instead of you finding just that one customer doing a job and getting paid, and finding the one customer and the job and getting paid, you make something once, and then you're able to sell it over and over and over again. So that means you can have 10 customers, but still only the same amount of work. That means you can have 100 customers and still the same amount of work as if you just had one. Does that make sense? You could have 1,000 customers, but it doesn't make you any more work because you're making something once and selling it many, many, many times over. And so this is what we're talking about in my Creators Roadmap course that is literally open right now. Depending on when you're hearing this, my Creators Roadmap course is open through midnight Valentine's Day. So go to creatorsroadmap.com if you're interested in finding out more about the course and joining us there. There are 6 modules in this course that talk about all the different ways that you can make revenue in the online space. So I don't care what kind of a business you're in. This goes for dog walkers, horse trainers, real estate. We have had, just a slew of different people go through this course. In fact, let me tell you real quick, we've had stylists, healthcare people, hairdressers, teachers, software developers, cookiers. Is that what they're called? Cookiers, designers, decorators, a ton of brick and mortar people, artists, and of course, creatives. And so there's 6 different ways that you can make money in the online space. So in addition to you working in your local community, whether you have a brick and mortar or whether you have a service-based business, in the online space, like your options are just endless because you can sell to anyone, anywhere, right? Well, so in the course, there are 6 modules. I want to talk just briefly about 3 of the modules today and give you some really concrete, good examples of people who are kicking butt at these different revenue streams so that you don't just hear me talk about it, so that you actually hear how some other people are having success with it too, okay? So the 3 things you could do that would increase the money you have coming into your business, but not make you work anymore. There's 3 of them, okay? Ready? 1, you would make tutorials like a video. You could also do an ebook, but we're living in the world of video. Number 2, you would make a course. and then you would sell the course to way more than just one person. Or 3, you could do a membership group, a monthly subscription group. So I'm going to talk about each of these just briefly, okay? Because I want you to grasp the idea that this is so possible for your life. And it's so possible for your business. And again, I don't care what industry you're in. It is still absolutely possible. So let's talk about videos, okay? So right off the top of my head, I can give you 2 examples of 2 incredible ladies who are doing like video things, okay? So number 1, Kari Caldwell. Kari owns Kari Caldwell Studios. She is a decorative painter in the California area. And Kari is just multi-talented. Kari is selling videos teaching people how they can paint something. So here's how that works. Kari goes into her studio. She paints something. She records herself. She puts it on the interwebs. And then it's available for sale to as many people as want it. Now, the genius in this is this. Kari isn't doing any more work, whether she's selling that video once or 200 times, because the video is being delivered digitally. So it's not like she's shipping a video in the mail. Do you know what I'm saying? By the way, I did that. I did that like 4 years ago. And when we moved into the new house, I said to my husband, I'm like, oh my goodness, we have like 5 boxes of videos. What do we do with them? For memory's sake, I kept one of each of the videos and then I threw the rest away. So, in the world of videos, people are delivering them digitally. They're not delivering them through the US mail. So that is a great way of doing something once and then making more money by selling it to many, many, many people. Now, I want to give you the example of Katie Clemente. Katie is also a painter. Katie is somebody whose last name I have never in my lifetime been able to pronounce her last name, but she loves me anyway. I've coached her for a long, long time. So Katie is doing like live videos. She's doing like watch her live paint. So instead of sending them like a digital video, she's just letting them watch her live. Same thing. Katie has this incredible thing going where it's like a pay what you want class online for people who maybe don't have the ability to sign up for her monthly group, but you watch the video of her painting and you pay what you can. It's genius. And it's not causing Katie any more work on the months when she has 10 people or on the months when she has 500. Does that make sense? It's 0 more work for you, but you can scale that income. Okay, so a number 2 way of making more money by not adding any more hours is by selling a course. So I want to give you a couple of examples. I have sold several courses and some of them were cheesy as heck, you guys. So I had this course that I did like 3 years ago that was called BYOB, Bring Your Own Brush. And I just thought that I was fancy with that name. Listen, in my Creators Roadmap course, I have a great conversation with Amy Porterfield, who co-led one of the modules with me on course selling. And her and I were just talking about how don't be fancy when it comes to naming stuff. BYOB was cringy. It's cringy. And I should never have named it that. And yet it was ridiculously successful. So it was a $77 course. I had over 200 people purchase the course and go through it. And I taught them how to paint 4 different pieces of furniture. I've also done a course on like mindset. And we've got my Creators Roadmap course open now, which we have had over 800 students go through before this week. So we're super excited. But I wanted to give you a couple examples of some different people, okay? So one example would be Jenny Taylor. Jenny is speaking at my Equipped conference in May. Her business is called Jenny Does Grace, and she has a course for MLM people. So for those of you who that's your jam, she's got a great course. She teaches MLM people how to be more successful. We also have somebody that's gone through my course. Her business is called Your Color Consultant, and her name's Kelly Paulson. So Kelly's course is about picking out the right colors for your home, both inside and outside. She has a course on this. Courses are super fun for people who want to get in and get out. They don't want the commitment of a monthly thing. They just want a wham bam, teach it to me, give it to me like it's hot, and then I'm done with it. Courses are a great thing to add to your revenue stream, and you'll make the course once and then you can sell it till forever if you want. So that's a genius of doing courses. The third way that you can make more money by working the same, but not working anymore, is by doing what's called a membership group. Now, a lot of people are like, what the heck is a membership group? Some people want to call it a subscription group. You can call it a monthly group. I don't care what you call it. My husband always says, I don't care what you call me, just don't call me late for dinner, which is funny because I don't cook. But you already belong to several membership groups, a lot of you without even knowing it. Like think about those of you that do HelloFresh for dinner. If you have a gym membership, that means you're getting a charge every month on your debit card or your credit card. And until you call to cancel, it stays there, right? So think about like my husband belongs to the Dollar Shave Club. Every month he gets charged from the Dollar Shave Club and they send him something. So what's happened in the online space is people have monthly membership groups and they're able to deliver content to that group. The same content, whether it's one person or 10,000 people, it doesn't make any more work for them up front. So think about like my inner circle where I coach well over 2,000 business owners. It's a paid group. They have a library, of course, off of Facebook, but we do have a great Facebook community. And I give them one thing to do, one piece of training, one content every single week. So it doesn't make any difference if there's 10 people in there or 10,000, it's still the same work for me. Right? So let me give you a couple examples of different people that have monthly groups. By the way, a subscription box is a little bit different because it will be more work for you in terms of packaging. So I'm talking about in the online space. I think of my friend Stacey Collins. She has a business called Wilshire Collections. So in her membership group, she's got a ton of ladies who she teaches about home decorating every month. I know Stacey also did a course that she had a bunch of people sign up for on decorating, and then she led them to her membership group. I think she has over 150 women in that membership group every month. Don't quote me on that, but if my memory serves me right, that's what she's got going. So she's teaching people how to decorate in a monthly group. It doesn't matter to her if there are 5 people, 50 people, or 500 people. It's still the same amount of work for Stacey. She's still delivering that same content. I also think about my friend Dion Woods, the turquoise iris. Dion is an exceptional painter. She's doing like canvas art right now that is just fancy. Dion, if you're listening, I'm just so proud of you and the fact that you're utilizing your God-given skills. But Dion has over 300 people who are paying members in her membership group, and she teaches them different paint techniques every month. There's all sorts of membership groups out there. So for those of you who are like, ooh, but I don't do painting. Well, think of my friend April Kalanchik from Sweet and Saucy Life. She has hundreds of people in her cookie membership group every month. It's like a cookie of the month club where she teaches you different ways of decorating cookies. There are all sorts of membership groups for all sorts of industries. I know in my Creator's Roadmap course, the membership guy himself, Stu McLaren, co-teaches one of the modules when I talk about membership groups. I have 2 membership groups, one for painters and one for business people, but I've had them both for over 3 years. And both were doing pretty good until I met Stu, and then they went from pretty good to exceptional with his leading. And so I brought him into my Creator's Roadmap course to just really like hone in on some things for the people who purchased the course and really go a little bit deeper in the membership arena. He's the membership guy. And so I love what he talks about how membership groups work for all industries. And so many of us are already signed up for a ton of different membership groups. Think of Netflix. There's a million of them that I could name off. But if you put a membership group, if you add that to the way that you make money in your business, getting more customers is not going to be like a one-off deal. You don't have to go back to what I was doing years ago, which was find a customer locally, do a job for them, get paid. Now I got to go find another customer locally, do a job for them, get paid. Instead, now you're offering something out in the online space, and especially if you're on Facebook, where there's over 7 billion with a B users on Facebook. And you have the opportunity to sell any of these 3 revenue streams to anybody in the online space. And each one of these, whether you decide to do a painting video, whether you decide to do a course online, whether you decide to add a membership group, a monthly group to the ways you're making money, all of those things that once they are implemented should not cause you a ton of more work when you get more people buying them. This is like true business transformation, my friends. This is when you're really able to scale. So for those of you, I'm talking to the people right now who are listening to this podcast who are feeling a little bit stuck. I'm talking to those of you who feel like you literally cannot make any more money because you don't have any more hours in the day to work. I'm talking to those of you who are like, I'm already feeling like a hamster on the wheel. I cannot give any more of myself. I feel almost bitter because I'm busy, but I'm not making enough money. You're the one I'm talking to right now, that there's such a better way in the online space. And one of the reasons that I opened up, that I created this Creators Roadmap course, is because I see so many business owners who are struggling, and I feel such a responsibility to show them a different way of doing things. When you think about people's learning habits and their shopping habits right now, and you look in America at things like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, when you look at the fact that the average person logs into her Facebook account 14 times a day, the average person is spending 10 to 11 hours on their cellular device every day. If you have something to sell, the best place for you to be selling it at is in the online space. You can keep serving people in your community. That's fine. But there's so many ways that you can make something and put it in the online space and sell it over and over and over and over again. And because I've been really successful in this arena, there's been other parts of my business I have failed miserably, but in this part of my business, I have succeeded exceptionally. Thank you, Jesus. And I do feel like it's my responsibility to show you how to do each of those things. So if this trips your trigger, if this is you, you're trying to figure out how can you make more by working less, I want you to come join me in my Creators Roadmap course. Again, it is open until Valentine's Day at midnight. You can go to creatorsroadmap.com and get all of the specifics. There are so many modules. There's so many printouts. There's so many put your name in here and send this email when you're trying to, find people to sponsor your Facebook Live videos. There's tons of content like that, my friends. So go to creatorsroadmap.com. I'm going to see a ton of you on the inside. Bless you. Until next week, stay creative. Bye-bye. For momentum's sake, momentum. That's not the word. Momentous sake? Help me out here, Chris. The fact that I'm like memories, what is that called? I don't even know.